So you've probably heard of this docuseries called Queen Cleopatra and the backlash it's received for hiring a black actress to portray the ancient Egyptian queen. Like literal Egyptian people hating on it and going so far as trying to ban Netflix in the entire country because of these historical inaccuracies. But all of this outrage might be completely unfounded. As a New York Times article suggests, Cleopatra may not have appeared black, but she actually was culturally black. Yeah, you think it can't get any more stupid until it does. But let's dive into the article. The new Netflix docudrama series, Queen Cleopatra, produced and narrated by Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, you just can't make this stuff up, can you? Has already elicited a passionate response, though perhaps not the kind that publicists hope for. The reason? Queen Cleopatra depicts the legendary monarch as black. Cleopatra, who died in 30 BC, remains a source of pride for disparate communities. Many contemporary Egyptians view her as a key figure in the preservation of their history and even as a role model for contemporary Egyptian women. Greeks have also claimed her, noting that she was of Macedonian and Greek descent. I love how this is like just a small sentence there. Yeah, the Greeks also claimed her because of her descent, but who really cares? Except that these kinds of people always care about ethnicity, except when, it doesn't help their point. But the Greeks are correct. Most scholars agree that Cleopatra was of Macedonian and Greek descent. Now, despite all this information, Netflix goes on to cast a black British woman to portray Cleopatra. Netflix casting was informed by the views of Shelley Haley, a renowned classicist and Cleopatra expert, who claims that although evidence of her ancestry and physical attributes are inconclusive, Cleopatra was culturally black. Dr. Haley has said that she was struck by the experience early in her life and career of encountering black American communities that seemed to view Cleopatra as one of their own. Claiming some historical figure as part of your group doesn't make them part of your group. But I guess this historian has a different opinion. Building on that experience, Dr. Haley's academic work on Cleopatra adopts a more complex criterion for racial identification than skin colour alone. When we say in general that the ancient Egyptians were black, and more specifically that Cleopatra was black, Dr. Haley wrote, we claim them as part of a culture and history that has known oppression and triumph, exploitation and survival. This is beautiful. So, Dr. Haley, it seems, claims that you can just change the race of any historical figure however you see fit, based on pretty much any reason, like oppression, struggle, resistance, anything. Now, you're probably wondering, who is this expert? Who is Shelley Haley? She is a professor of Africana Studies at Hamilton College, New York. She is an expert in applying black feminism and critical race approaches to the study and teaching of classics. I wonder how neutral and objective this lady would be when informing Netflix casting. But you also got to ask yourself why Netflix is hiring a professor of black studies when we already have people specializing on Egypt specifically. They are called Egyptologists. Why didn't you invite one of them to help you? Well, the truth is you probably didn't want to hear what their opinion about this is. You probably already knew who you wanted to cast as Cleopatra and then had to go looking for some professor who will back you up. And apparently it wasn't hard to find someone in the American education system who would do exactly that. It's weird times we live in. But that's enough for today. Enough insanity for today. And see you next time.